Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Miniature King. Thank you so much. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. So guys, we have a different type of video. Now, I feel like I'm always saying that here on my channel, but today's video is actually a lot different from what I've, posted here. It has nothing to do with gaming, it has nothing to do with gaming news. This is actually a real life situation that I want to go over with you guys because it's just, I'm kind of disgusted to be in this community after reading this. So I'm sure some of you know what I'm about to talk about, in this video, but pretty much yesterday, some innocent man died because two people were fighting over a UMG Gamebattles match that was worth $1.50. Alright guys, so let me just go ahead and, explain this entire story for you guys so you guys are caught up, because I'm sure some of you, know what I'm talking about, but there is probably a couple of you that have no idea as well. So let me just go over this entire story of what happened yesterday. So yesterday, two teammates were arguing over a loss of a UMG Gamebattles match. If you guys have no idea what a Gamebattles match is, it's pretty much where you can go online, set up a team, and then you can play against other teams, and you could either, do it for money, which these guys were doing, or you can just do it for fun. But like I said, these guys were actually competing for money, and these two teammates ended up losing, and they started arguing after they lost. So this heated argument ended up progressing to them threatening to SWAT each other. And one of the teammates actually, knew someone that SWATs people for fun. So he ended up contacting this dude to SWAT his teammate. So after this guy is pretty much called in to SWAT this teammate, I'm sure all three of these guys are on the phone, talking to each other, the two teammates and the swatter, and the guy that they're trying to get swatted ends up trying to be tough and is taunting the swatter, saying, hey, you're not going to do anything. So this guy ends up giving him a fake address. Now this address is obviously, not the teammate's address. It's actually an address that's, similar, and it's close to where this guy actually lives. But keep in mind, this is not his address. This is some random address that he gave out to a swatter. So the swatter ends up actually swatting this address. He calls the police, makes a fake police report, and says that there's like a hostage situation over at, my neighbor's house. We need the SWAT team to come in, or the police, and handle this situation because we don't know what's going on. So here's when the whole situation actually progresses, and this is why everyone is talking about this. So the police end up coming to this random house, right, where random people live that are totally innocent. They obviously show up at the house. This man has no idea what's going on. He probably, saw police officers in his driveway, so he goes ahead and opens up the door. Now, he's not expecting to be swatted, obviously, but this is when, like I said, this whole situation, really starts to, progress. So the cops actually ended up firing at this innocent man, and he is now dead because of a $1.50 wager match. Now, we have absolutely no idea what caused this police officer to react when he opened up the door and just, fire his weapon, because it says here that the police officer was a 7-year veteran, which means he's been a police officer or on the SWAT team for a very long time, and he has a lot of experience. So the real question is, what caused this police officer to fire at this man? I mean, maybe this man had like a TV remote in his hand, which caused the police officer to feel threatened, maybe, and then just fire his weapon. But even if you're a police officer, right, no matter what the situation is, you shouldn't just shoot someone, because of hearing a phone call, because obviously all these, SWAT members think that there's a hostage situation, but you never know what the case can be. I mean, there's always a chance that it could be a fake phone call. So I have no idea what caused this, police officer to end up firing at this innocent man. So to recap this entire situation, an innocent 28-year-old man is now dead because of a Call of Duty wager match that was worth $1.50. Like, I cannot believe I'm saying that because it is so messed up. And it says here that this guy was a father, he had 2 children, and now sadly, these 2 children no longer have a father. Let me just go ahead and play this interview of the family. It's about 1 minute and 30 seconds, so here it is. This is the family after this tragic incident.
I know I had seen the red and blue lights flashing in my window. I heard my son scream. I got up, and then I heard a shot. And as I was walking by, this door was open. The police said, "Come out with your hands up." They took me, my roommate, and my granddaughter, who witnessed the shooting and had to step over her dying uncle's body, to come. They took us outside with no shoes on. They handcuffed us, you know. Why couldn't they? Yeah, they didn't call the ambulance until after he was dead. And what gives the cops the right to open fire? Why didn't they give him the same warning they gave us? I mean, that cop murdered my son over a false report in the first place. Yeah, Andy, my son was not a gamer. He was not a gamer. No.
So they just knocked on the door and it was.
They
that
didn't
quick.
knock on the door. My son opened it because he heard something. He screamed and then they shot him.
So let me just go ahead and, share my thoughts on this entire situation. So on the police aspect, they definitely fucked up, during this whole situation. I mean, you hear about, people getting swatted all the time on the news, but you never hear about people dying because of getting swatted. And now we're hearing that someone just got shot after he opened up the door because he had no idea what is going on. I mean, a police officer literally shot him the second he opened up that door. So the police definitely, messed up in this entire situation. But overall, you really cannot blame the police for what happened. I mean, obviously they're the ones, that fired the shot and killed this man, but they're not the ones at fault here. The people who obviously are at fault are the two people that were playing this wager match and the swatter. So obviously the one that is, really at fault here is the swatter, but he actually got arrested today. So the police arrested him. He is obviously gonna have to serve some jail time. Thank God. Honestly, I don't understand why this kid swats for fun. It's just fucking stupid, and I don't even think he learned a lesson. I mean, during Keemstar's interview, he actually interviewed this, swatter who swatted this address. He really did not take any blame for this situation. So honestly, I'm glad that, he's going to jail. He needs to learn a lesson. But, let's talk about these two other kids and, what I think about them. So, the kid that actually, called the swatter and, wanted to swat his teammate, I also think that he's at fault as well because he's the one that pretty much contacted the swatter to do this. So, I think he also should, serve some jail time. I have no idea if he is or not because this is kind of a weird situation here. But the other party, which is the kid that gave out the fake address, this is a little different, with his situation because when you're getting threatened, to get swatted, you're obviously not going to give your real address. You gotta be pretty fucking retarded to give out your actual address to some virgin hacker, so I do not blame the kid for, giving him some fake address. But again, it's a fake address and it's not okay to also just give out some random address because in this situation, the guy actually swatted that address. So I have no idea what's gonna happen with that kid. I'm sure he's gonna get charged for something, but the people that actually blame here is the other kid that called the swatter, but mostly the guy that actually swatted, the guy that sat there and made up some fake hostage situation because since he did that, someone is dead. But guys, I have really nothing else to say on this situation. I mean, it's just embarrassing to be in this community right now because we have people that are this retarded and actually think swatting is okay. It's never okay to swat anyone, no matter what the situation is. But the guy that actually made this phone call, the swatter, just got arrested today. Like I said previously in this video, I have no idea how long he's gonna serve, in jail. It's probably gonna be a long time because I heard that this, swatter actually swatted UMG Dallas a couple weeks ago, and they had to evacuate the facility multiple times because they were getting fake, phone calls from the same exact guy. So who knows how long he's gonna be in prison. But guys, let me know down below in the description, what do you think on this situation? Who do you think is at fault here? The two retarded kids, the police officers, or the guy that actually swatted? Or do you think all of them are at fault here? Let me know down below. I will leave the full article as well down below there, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I usually don't post this kind of stuff. I've never posted, you know, anything related to news or not gaming. I mean, it still has to do with gaming because we're talking about Call of Duty. But anyways, if you guys are new to the channel and you want to stay with them in Call of Duty, make sure you guys subscribe because I usually, you know, post all the Call of Duty news that is happening in our community. So you guys, if you want to stay updated with everything that's going on, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. But guys, make sure to drop a like on this thing, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out, everyone.